Hey there, it's Alicia. Welcome back. And today I am so excited because I have my friend and client, Aleta Norris, here. And we are going to have a conversation about what it looks like to step into your personal style and to feel more confident about who you are and how you're showing up in your life. And I'm so grateful that Aleta is joining me here today. So, Aleta, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here, Alicia.
Please tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
All right. Well, so I do a few things, like a lot of women. I'm a 35-year career leadership development professional. So that's my corporate job. I own a company and work with leaders along with my team all over the country. And then, secondly, I have in the last few years become an author, speaker, kind of online presence. My book is called Women Who Spark. My second book, Women Who Spark After 50. And my online platform is called Women Who Spark. And I support women in midlife, helping them reinvent and reignite their life to live an amazing second half. And then I'm a mom of 5 kids and I'm married. I have a golden doodle named Luke. And, I have that whole fun family side. And I'm expecting my first 2 grandchildren this year. Very
Oh,
excited about that.
that is so exciting having little babies to hang out with.
I can't stand it.
That's amazing. So you and we first met. I was thinking about this before we came here today. So you and I first met back in December of 2020. So
Right? That
not that
sounds
long
right.
ago.
Not
Yeah.
that long ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So I remember we met. So tell me if you can think back to December 2020, because that was a little bit of a weird time for everybody in the world.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about how you were feeling, like what was going on with you. Perhaps it was with your business or just how you were feeling about your appearance and your style in general at that time.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what what I'm wearing right now wasn't going on in December of 2020, right? This is influenced by you. So my signature style was blue jeans and white t-shirts or blue jeans and black t-shirts. And if I were really going to get fancy, I put a belt on. Um, so I wasn't, my whole life, I haven't really thought about my style. And I did really well corporate. I mean, for decades, I've done really well with suits and heels, and I've done really well with jeans and t-shirts. And there was no in between. And one of the things I've been paying a lot of attention to over the last couple of years are my adult daughters. So I have 3 adult daughters, 28, 30, and 32, and a daughter-in-law who's 30, and they are all stunning and they have such a wonderful sense of fashion and style. And they just, I mean, aside from when they're relaxing at home and just hanging out, they look beautiful and their outfits are beautiful. And I've been thinking over the last couple of years as I've observed these daughters of mine and thought that, oh my gosh, I'm going to become a grandma pretty soon. I've got to up my game. I've got to do something. I'm still in my whole mom fashion from raising kids. So that's where I was. I had no sense of fashion or style, so to speak. That's kind of how I would describe it.
But you had, there was an awareness or a seed had been planted looking at your daughters. There was an awareness that there was more available out there for
For
you.
sure. For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think as well, I I just recognize, okay, this is a time in my life where I can kind of take on a project. Because when I do something like this, it's not, oh, I think I'm just going to do better. It's like, no, this is a project. This is an initiative, and I'm going to figure this out and learn it and do it right, kind of a thing.
Yeah, you go in, you go all in with full commitment.
Right. Mhm.
So, okay. So, all right. So we first met, and then I remember we had a call, and the call was actually, the context of the call was we were going to collaborate together because our missions are very aligned in what we do in our businesses. So the call was based on collaboration, and I remember on that call you had expressed interest in working with me.
Right.
So I'm just curious, you mentioned, so you had an idea of what else was possible for you. You saw that your daughters were very fashionable and stylish. You knew that what you were doing wasn't working for you anymore because you had changed your life. You weren't doing the corporate. So what kind of changes were you looking to make when you were starting to engage the idea of working with a stylist?
Well, so I think the first thing that I would just say is prior to meeting you online, I I didn't really know that personal stylists existed, right? And that may seem like a really naive thing to say. Now, I do know that, like a lot of women, I've done Trunk Club through Nordstrom and I've done Stitch Fix. And so, on the other end of that relationship, there's a stylist who's picking things out for you, but it's kind of an invisible relationship. And I hadn't really connected with this idea that there's someone like you in the world who works with, women like me to help us navigate that kind of whole aspect of our life. So that was a seed planted for me. And so we had that first conversation and you and I talked about my potentially hiring you, and it simply was a funky time because my corporate business revenue way down during COVID, lots and lots of cancellations. And so I was really minding my revenue and expenses. And so I know one of the things that I shared with you is, I'm really intrigued. I would like to work with you, and I just have to wait for the right time, right? So things were kind of put on hold. Of course, we stayed in touch. You came and spoke to the members of my membership community. And then, I saw you reached out to me about your group membership, your 90-day refresh that you were going to do. And perfect timing. And loved the framework. So that's how that all came together.
Right. Okay. So I did a back up for a second about this idea of not knowing that people like me exist.
Mhm.
So being very familiar with the invisible relationship of Stitch Fix or Trunk Club that's often dictated by algorithms and what's available only in their inventory. But just, you're not the first person who's told me that, and a lot of my clients are, to be honest, the bulk of my clients do not live in New York City where they know other stylists. So this idea that of not knowing that there's actually this person like myself who is here to help you to evolve your personal style.
Mhm.
I just find that so interesting because I know that a lot of people think that. And that's why the virtual world is just so beautiful, because it really does open this up and makes it
Mhm.
easy for, you're in Wisconsin, right?
Right. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so it just makes it easy for someone in Wisconsin
Right.
to work with a stylist like me in New York City and to get that expertise and to have the resources, that I've been doing on photo shoots and things like that. It's
Right.
opened up, it's become like just available. So
Mhm.
I find that really fascinating. So just like not even knowing that this was aware, like knowing that you wanted to do things
Right.
different, you wanted to be more stylish and more fashionable, and then like, oh wow, there's this is available. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, so we spoke about working together, and then the timing clearly was not the right time for you. And then I invited you for the 90-day refresh, and it seems like the timing for that was just like perfect for you.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was perfect. And I love the idea of the group because I know that we learn from each other. And in fact, working through this 90-day refresh with a group of women who I feel have started to become almost like friends, and sharing feedback with one another. that's been so much fun. And you and I talked about this blouse I'm wearing right now, because and I wore it intentionally because it evoked a lot of conversation in the group. And of course, I posted an outfit wearing this with bright blue capri pants and got all kinds of ideas. And so this blouse, I think, had about 6 iterations from your feedback and the group feedback. And that was so cool. And the one thing that you shared with me that I told you was so just such an aha for me is you said, hey, what if white were your signature color? What if people, when they see you in some combination of white, and that's you. And that was such an aha for me, because I have a lot of cream in my closet, but cream shows so differently on me than bright white does. And I love white. And so I'm so excited about that. Like, I can't wait to just be out shopping for white, right? And so what's different about working with you and learning from you, in contrast to having someone, in Trunk Club or Stitch Fix, is I'm learning how to shop. I'm learning what to look for. And as someone who for my entire life has said, I hate shopping for clothes. And that's true. That is very true. I'm now having fun with it, because now I'm out looking for things on purpose, that I'm learning about, and I'm adding all kinds of elements, right? And so I never wear a neck. I never wear jewelry, and so now I shopped for these earrings, and I love this right now. But I never would have done this if I weren't learning what to go out and look for and how to build an outfit with elements. So the belt and the shoes and and one of the things that's so cool is, so I started, when did your 90-day refresh start, Alicia?
We started in spring, beginning of spring.
Okay. Was that in March? I think we
Hmm.
started in March, right? So in April, my oldest daughter got married, and I packed like 5 different outfits because there were 4 days of events. And the first event that I dressed for, it was a brunch in their backyard. And I walked in, and my 30-year-old son said, Mom, that's a great outfit. I said, thank you, Ben. I didn't even know you knew what an outfit is, right? And then the next day, same thing. He said, oh my God, another really nice outfit, Mom. So I like, Alicia, I'm killing it. Like, you're helping me. Great.
Yeah, you're getting noticed in a new way.
Right.
People are
Totally.
noticing you in a new way.
Yes.
And the other thing that I'm hearing is that you're shifting and you're changing, going from I hate shopping, I don't know what I'm doing, to opening to the learning experience and the education, because my goal is to make every woman have fun with their personal style, and their self-expression, which includes shopping and updating what they wear. So I'm
Mhm.
hearing that you've gone from just feeling hating shopping, stuck wearing the black tee with the jeans, to having fun, to having the understanding of what goes into outfits, the elements that make up your outfits, and
Absolutely.
just hearing such the transformation, not just in how you look, which we see right now because you look beautiful, but just the attitude behind it, the approach, the way that you're feeling about how you're showing up and expressing yourself.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I work from home, and I still wake up every day, and I put together an outfit, because even though I'm in my home office, I feel more productive when I'm in an outfit. And besides, I'm having fun, right? I'm having fun experimenting, and then of course posting for the group, or at least taking a photo of each outfit. And Laura who's in our group, made a really good point the other day about taking photos of our outfits and keeping them in an album, and we can scroll through them, right? It's like, oh, I don't know what I want to wear today. Oh, maybe I'll scroll through my album and see if there's an outfit that pops up that I want to wear. And yesterday, by the way, so everyone who's listening to this, oh my gosh. So I have camouflage pants, and I have a green t-shirt that I sometimes wear with it. And then I even have an army green jacket that I'll throw over it. So like that's total monochromatic. But then Alicia, you did a video that you posted a couple days ago where you wore a pale pink blazer with your camouflage pants and your green t-shirt. And I'm like, oh my God, I have a pink blazer, a pale pink blazer. So I did that yesterday, and I ran errands on purpose. I didn't really have anywhere I had to go, but I had on the camo pants and the green t-shirt and the pale pink blazer, and I put some nude heels on, and I'm like, I gotta go somewhere because I want people to see this outfit. So I'm having a lot of fun because of what I'm learning.
Yeah. So also you mentioned resources from the other women in the group, talking about, what Laura shared. So it's so fun because yes, of course I bring all my, wealth of resources that I have from 25 years of styling. But then you get, the individual resources that the women are picking up and learning along the way and sharing with
Right.
them, and just the feedback, of course hearing my expert feedback that can give you ideas like, have you tried, white as a signature, or the inspiration with an outfit
Mhm.
that I wear. But then hearing that, it just gives like a really well-rounded approach to get the feedback, because personal style
Totally.
is so personal, right?
Mhm.
And it's basically it's filtered through everyone's taste. And of course my job is to, give the best ideas and suggestions based on my clients and what they love and what they wear. But it's fun to hear what, peers are doing as well.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And, Beth, hey, Alita, how about put a pair of red shoes with that? And hey, how about untuck the shirt or put a belt on? One of the I think this also was Laura, who she posted one day that she went out and she ordered 6 belts. And I said, oh, I'm going to order 6 belts. And so I went online and I ordered 6 belts. And Beth is the shoe gal, and she has so many really cool casual shoes. And so I've been inspired by that. And I've gone out and, I've ordered some casual shoes that are more fun than just wearing flip-flops and Nikes. And yeah, so the influence. And yesterday, Laura had put an outfit together with chino shorts and a blouse that has that little flounce at the bottom. She put a belt on it. I'm like, oh my God, I have blouses like that. I've never put a belt on. And now I see the need for a pair of chino shorts in my wardrobe, or a couple of them, right? So I've got that on my list. And so yeah, I'm loving learning from the others what they're doing as well. I'm getting lots of ideas.
Yes, and also seeing what your wardrobe needs so that it feels cohesive and complete.
Right, exactly. And, one of the things that's so important is just all of the stuff that I've gotten rid of because it doesn't serve me. And, too many women have too many items in their closets. I like things to breathe, I like space between hangers. So I've gotten rid of everything that I don't wear and that I don't believe I can repurpose into an outfit based upon what I've learned. And so I'm really glad about that. I feel cleansed. And now I get to start bringing pieces into my wardrobe that support what I've been learning. And that's really exciting to have a fresh look at what's available each morning when, it's time to pick something out.
It's seeing your job with fresh eyes.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's a new perspective,
Mhm.
built on top of new inspiration, new ideas, education. All of that is contributing to a new
Yeah.
perspective. So tell me, Alita, how do you feel about your style now?
Well, I'm really enjoying it. I'm feeling more confident. Um, I I'm definitely having more fun. I I, I love, the concept you introduced last week or the week before about the cherry on top. that that's been huge for me. And so every day I'm like, oh, what's the cherry on top? And so the ladies don't see that we talked about this blouse. This has poofy sleeves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we've talked about that this blouse is the cherry on top, but I also think maybe these earrings are these earrings a cherry on top? Do you think so? Or
I think the blouse is your cherry on top.
okay. All right.
The-
Yeah. So I'm having fun with that because I know that as I go through my day, when certain women walk into my space and I'm like, wow, like, oh my God, look at this woman. A lot of times it's the cherry on top, right? But I never knew that I had to be thinking about what is going to just make everything pop. And is it the poofy sleeve? Is it the bag? Is it the red shoes? Is it the big belt? And so I'm just having a lot of fun, and I still have a long way to go. Um, and fortunately, your materials that you bring into our group process are so good and so detailed that I have lots of things I can still look into, as I continue even beyond the 90 days. So I'm having fun, and I know that I still have a lot to learn. It's
Well,
good.
our styles are an evolution, right? They're just an expression of who we are in this moment and this time. So
Mhm.
I've loved watching your transformation from in the past 90 days of from where you were to who you become at this point. And our lives shift and change, our identities shift and change, our
Right.
bodies shift and change. So our styles go with that, right? So that's how we
Mhm.
keep our styles feeling fresh, looking current, and still an expression of who we
Right.
are. Thank you so much, Alita. I am so grateful to have you here sharing your story about your style transformation and what it was like to work with me in the group program. And for anybody else who is interested, who wants to have their own style transformation so that they have a better understanding of what looks good on them and they have more fun with their outfits and they see way more possibility with the clothes that they own, then you have got to join me in my upcoming group styling boot camp. It is called 21-Day Outfit Innovation. And the purpose here is to get into your wardrobe and to revitalize everything in your wardrobe so that you put together fresh outfits that feel current, they look good, and most importantly, you have so much fun with your personal style. So if this sounds interesting to you, and I would love to have you join me, then click the link of 21-day. I'm going to actually put the link below. It's alicialenkin.com/innovate. So click that link, go check out all the details and sign up soon. And I really encourage you to join fast because there is an early bird savings and that's going to save you $100. So getting in on the styling boot camp on the early bird price is such a steal. It's going to be so good, so much value. I always over deliver and I would love to see you there.
Yeah.
Alita, thank you so much for being here today. I just love chatting with you. It's so much fun. Your energy is beautiful. So, and I know that everyone watching this is probably thinking the same thing. So if people want
Mhm.
to learn more, find out more about you, where should they go to find more about you? Find out more about you.
Well, so two places. So one place is my website, aletanorris.com, Aleta Norris, like Chuck Norris. And then because my women's membership is such a big part of what I do. I have a membership community called Accountability and Friendship for Success. And these are women who are coming together to foster friendly accountability to make progress and to nurture friendships along the way. And so that site is aletanorris.com/AFS membership. And so that's a good place to visit if you're thinking, gosh, I'd like a community of like-minded women that I could be a part of. Thanks for asking, Alicia.
Yeah, of course. And everyone go check out aletanorris.com and aletanorris.com/AFS membership. And we're going to put those links so that you can just click over to those easily. So thank you, Aleta. It's been so much fun chatting with you. I love watching your style transformation, seeing your pictures and your outfits and how it's all coming together. So thank you so much for sharing some of your experience with me today.
Of course. Thanks for having me, Alicia. And everybody who's listening to this, just lean in and sign up to work with Alicia. She's amazing.